Salutations, everyone. Hopefully, all is well. Hopefully, y'all like the selection I put forward today. And if you do, please like, comment your thoughts, and hit that subscribe button.
There was this kid in Russia named Boris, and from a really young age, he started telling his parents he wasn't from Earth. He said he came from Mars, and not metaphorically, like literally. His parents said he would talk about Mars, ancient civilizations, planetary systems, stuff he should not have known as a child. He'd use scientific terms correctly, explain space travel, even talk about catastrophes that supposedly wiped out life on Mars long ago. But here's where it gets weird. They claim Boris would regularly go to the strange mountain area because he needed it for energy, like he felt physically drained if he didn't go. Doctors even examined him and said he was physically normal, but psychologically, he was way ahead of his age. And according to reports, some tests raised questions about his biology, enough for scientists to label him as Indigo child. But Boris said he came here with a warning that humanity was repeating the same mistakes Mars did, and then he just stopped talking. No retraction, no explanation, just silence.
I believe demons, which are being called aliens right now, will come back just like Genesis.
And when I see something like that, theorists in me, I have this theory. I do believe in heaven, but I don't think you're there forever, right? Even hell, you might not be there forever. It might be a duration, right? Because the experience and the perception of time might be different compared to, when you're alive and depending on the species and everything versus when you are in the afterlife. I think we might just reincarnate. Like Ouroboros, Ragnarok is just a whole cycle. But I could be wrong. We all will find out in the end. Time will reveal all, as it seems.
Chapter 6 and the end times, because Daniel 2 talks about kingdoms mingling, but the mingling I think has a double meaning here. I think it's not only the earthly kingdoms mingling with each other and therefore being like iron and clay, brittle and weak, but I think also we already know that there are demonic forces among humans at this point. There's a precedence in Genesis 6, and we know that in the days of Noah it's going to be the same way in the end times. In Revelation 16, 3 demons go to kings of the earth to influence them in battle against God, so they're working with global governments in the Bible. The big thing in Daniel 2:43 is the seed of men. They mingle with the seed of men, and grammatically I feel like they are not part of the group of the seed of men. Interesting that during the heating up towards the first coming of Jesus, there were a lot of demonic presences on earth at that time, and Paul goes and he preaches to people about this. There's all kinds of false gods, and it seems like they might actually be presenting themselves in person. People worship these, they're terribly afraid of them. Just look at what Baalbek is.
Now this, I don't know, this is a big bear. This could be AI, but I don't run it through no AI recognition system. How would I really know? But some bears could be
that
big.
Ain't no damn AI, bro. You AI detectors, I don't care what y'all talking about. Like on some real shit, bro. I do not care. Bro, this is either an alien creature that came from another planet somewhere, or Bigfoot is mating with bears. Or the bear that we got plenty of Bigfoot and bear fights, bro. And now this is the outcome. I guess now they sleeping with each other. Yo, it's getting spooky out here, bro. I do this for educational and entertainment purposes only, man. We gotta play that video one more time, bro.
How he just in that corner. That's not but power. You just see his power. He gets you, it's over with.
I had a few private conversations with former President George Herbert Walker Bush in 2003, in which he told me that when he became the CIA director in the Ford administration, he was not briefed on the legacy UAP crash retrieval program, but he later found out about it. And he informed me that there were a number of crash retrievals that had taken place since the mid-1940s. And he also informed me of a UAP event that took place at Holloman Air Force Base in 1964, where 3 UAPs approached the Air Force Base. One of them landed on the tarmac, and a non-human entity deboarded the craft that landed and interacted with uniformed Air Force and civilian CIA personnel. And when he asked for more details, he was told that he did not have a need to know.
Is this proof that we never actually landed on the...
See, I'm not gonna lie. the president of the United States of America, you ain't gonna tell me nothing like that. You gonna have to pack me up because I'm gonna figure something out. I'm gonna be we gonna get somebody. Somebody gonna start squealing and dropping this information. But I always wonder, like, if they was really like, maybe they just, yet again, maybe we have a unique experience from the human like perspective, the way we do things, the complex emotions, some of the things we create. Maybe they just like, all right, for the time being, people, if they demons, whatever it could be, maybe they just having this experience that they normally wouldn't have. And they like, once that clock is up, then that's when things gonna start turning into like, you know, some very bad things, you know. Who knows? I pray it ain't that, but like I said, time reveals all.
Moon, many point to the fact that there is no blast crater seen under the legs of the lunar module. In the footage available, you can clearly see that there is no landing crater or dust kickup. Even with the lack of gravity, you would think that the weight of the lunar module would still leave some kickup or even an impact crater of some kind.
The Eagle has landed.
NASA explained that this is because of the obvious lack of gravity, but also that the moon is a solid rock surface. More evidence to the contrary is this reflection seen in the visor of one of the astronauts. An unexplained object can clearly be seen in the upper portion of the astronaut's helmet. Whatever this is, it looks to be hanging from something above. And if you look at photos of the lunar module, it doesn't appear to be anything hanging off of that. Many people believe that it looks very similar to one of these lights you would see on a movie set. As of now, as far as I know, there's been no explanation given. And then there's the obvious lack of stars in any of the photos taken on the moon's surface. You would think without the light pollution that we have here on Earth that you'd be seeing billions of stars. You can see Earth, but not one star is visible. There's been many explanations about this, but let me know what you think. And then there's the C rock. This photo was taken on the surface of the moon when you can obviously see the letter C on one of the moon rocks. Movie studios often use labels like this on their props. NASA's explanation of this is that this was most likely added afterwards or even as a prank by one of their own. And even with all this evidence, one of the most compelling are these photos showcasing the use of similar backgrounds. In these two photos taken on Apollo 15, two very similar backgrounds appear to be used. NASA claims that these two photos were taken many miles apart, but when you line up these images, the background hills line up perfectly. In one image, you can see the lunar module, and in another image, it's in a completely different spot. NASA's explanation of this is that because the moon is so much smaller than Earth, the horizons can seem much closer to the human eye.
The Everglades of Florida are known to hold a variety of unique and dangerous animals. However, one creature is said to reside there that's rarer than most. The skunk ape is a large Bigfoot-like creature that has been known to roam the Everglades since the 60s. Police reports and eyewitnesses tell of a large bipedal ape-like creature around 5 to 7 feet tall with reddish-brown fur, red glowing eyes, and a revolting stench that it resonates. The smell is so stomach-churning that many have reported feeling sickly and ill in the nearby presence. People who have said that encountered it say it smells like a combination of rotten eggs, sulfur, dead animals, methane gas, skunk spray, and moldy vegetables. It isn't known to attack humans, but rather avoid them. Reports always tell of its skittish personality. It's most active at night, and it doesn't do much other than lurk for food, leave behind footprints and trails, and howling through the night to scare off any unwanted predators or witnesses. Unlike most Bigfoot encounters, the skunk ape may have more credibility behind it due to an alleged photograph that was taken of the creature in Sarasota, Florida in 2000 and sent to the police. However, it could be faked and it may even be an escaped gorilla, but the photo exists nonetheless. The lady who took it said that she kept having her fruit stolen at night and took a photo of the alleged thief with her flash on, which resulted in this famous photo. But what do you think? Is the skunk ape real, a hoax, just a smelly bear, or something else?
Naik, woi! Naik, wah, balik itu daun! Itu daun itu! Woi, naik! Woi, itu daun, woi! Wow! Itu daun, woi! Naik, woi! Naik, wah, balik itu daun! Itu daun itu! Woi, naik! Woi, itu daun, woi! Wow! Itu daun, woi!
I seen that. AI ruined a lot of things, I tell you this, because every video I see now, I automatically think it's fake.
Naik, woi! Naik, wah, balik itu daun! Itu daun itu! Woi, naik! Woi, itu daun, woi! Wow! Itu daun, woi!
seen this, I was like, I don't know what this is, what they doing. The congregation, like, this was wild to me, y'all. I didn't even want to put this one in here, but I was just like, I was so confused. I'm like, is this got to be AI? This real? What they doing? Whose foot is that? Hope it's not Jesus. Like, that'd be crazy. Like, I don't know. Again, what they about to go drink the water?
Keyboard and mouse.
That's one of them Galactic Federation computers right there, you know, and keyboard.
I'm just saying. In a chair, mouse. It's an interdimensional chair.
When you die, you have choices. You don't know this, but you have choices. When you leave your physical body, it is very typical for you to see yourself standing next to your body with either your loved ones or EMTs or whatever the circumstances are. And you see yourself, and then you'll hear a voice, you'll see the tunnel of light, and the voice will be calling you, or you will hear the voice telepathically telling you to come, you know. Now, as you stand there and you're looking at the tunnel of light, you have a choice. You can go up to this tunnel of light where you'll be with other loved ones that have crossed over, usually, all right? And you'll be put into a system where you are essentially caught in a reincarnational cycle, a loop. Or you can turn around, put the tunnel of light behind you, and what you will see is the entire universe. If you choose the universe and you say to yourself, I wish to go home, you will return to that dimension from which you came. So if it's 5, 6, 7, or 8, you will leave here and you will go back to that dimension.
The Bank of England is being told to prepare for a financial crisis because, according to insider information, the U.S. will reveal and confirm the existence of aliens soon. This information just dropped today. It is strongly believed that
I really believe that it's a possibility that it will happen during ET's term, because I just feel like he very egotistic. And he want to be like the first, you know, he want to be that guy that's etched in history. Like, you going to remember me. So it's a good possibility, because he might be like, I might not be able to even be here to run for a third term or win a third term or even do a third term, whatever the case may be. So he might literally be the first guy to be like, all right, let me do this regardless what anybody else say, because, you know, I'm DT. Like, he might be that. I don't know. I could be wrong, but part of me, if I had to put a little couple dollars on something, like $2 to $3, yeah, I'm putting my $2 to $3 on black. He doing it.
United States will drop information and confirmation about aliens, and that it will cause a financial down spiral all over the world. The prediction is that the general public can't handle this right now, and that it'll lead to people freaking out, chaos all throughout the streets, and people pulling money out and losing hope in the system altogether. But the big question is, if every world leader got on national TV tomorrow and admitted that aliens exist, how do you think the general public would really react?
The CIA has declassified a book that tells how the world's supposed to end. Yeah, that's what the book's about. It's called The Adam and Eve Story, and it was written in 1966 by this guy, Chan Thomas, who worked for the Air Force, was a UFO researcher, and a self-proclaimed psychic. So how did Chan say the world's gonna end? Let me tell you. Basically, a magnetic pole shift, so violent that it'll shake the entire Earth. That pole shift will cause earthquakes, tsunamis, fires, all kinds of other destruction. Not just in the US, but all over the world. In the book, Chan says North America will be swallowed by this type of destruction, but that none of the other continents will be able to survive it. Now, just because Chan Thomas wrote that story in 1966 doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna happen. On the other hand, magnetic north is moving every year. And just in the past couple of months, we've had earthquakes, fires, tsunamis all over the world. But what do you think, Bushkis? Do you think this book is prophecy, or is it all just a crock of spoiled potatoes? Let me know in the comment section.
They are saying this might be the coldest air that our region has felt in years. Made a video probably like a month ago when we had a Arctic blast. But now they saying this one is worse than the last one. And the part that really got my attention is what's coming out.
They keep playing with that old weather machine. Them old heads need to put it down. Leave the weather modifications alone. Leave it alone.
This, meteorologists are saying the coldest air mass on Earth is about to center around Ontario. Said the temperatures is going to drop as low as minus 50 degrees Celsius, y'all. Now, I don't know about y'all, but where I'm from in the DMV, a couple weeks ago, I swear food was warm as hell. Now we about to feel that cold air coming from up there too. They said this the type of cold that only be in Siberia. So just imagine. The wild part about this is that forecasters are saying this might only be round one, y'all. They said the following week, it's gonna be a second round of this shit. I'm praying for the people that's outside, fool. Cause that's the type of cold that's gonna make your ass frozen. Sitting there stiff. I know the weather is messed up when you see Florida getting snow twice within like 2 months. That's crazy, fool. So my question is, are y'all ready for this? Cause as you can see, all of this is about to get hit. Are y'all finna be walking around in sweaters like it's goddamn fall or something?
Kuna watu wanaweza shtua shetani. Always tukishow up tunakwanga majani, tukoshona tumeshona bila cherehani. Niko na mori.
Seen this, and I don't know if he got a goat somewhere, you know, hidden. It's in his pants leg, or he put the foot there in his pants leg, maybe cut it off. I don't know, but that looked crazy, you know. He like that dude, for those who are a little older, from Narnia. Remember that guy? Hey, he was dope. I think that's the same guy that played Professor X, the younger version too. He was in, what was it, Split? Yeah, he a great actor. Hopefully, you know, he got a good character. You know, I like him.
Kwao ni bastard, me and him together tulelewa sote kwa bastard. Mimi ndo Mwisraeli na zile budget gas laenda ukatangaze kwa makate zote za Gaza. Twende turudi, Rongre ndo Mbogi, wale vijana wamebeba vitu long kwa long. Kani ugali tuna fist kuengori kwa ndondi. I wish singewaijua na Eric Omondi. Nishashtua nikashindwa kupumua, wala sikupiga report ila sikwenda kwa doctor. Najua gavek check hii x-ray taniua, hiyo kesi nimezesha.
You're connected to the receiving side of awareness. You feel things before you can explain them. Now, here are some of the benefits of people with the half moon mark. You have strong intuition, emotional intelligence, you have vivid dreams and enter imagery, and you have the ability to sense shifts early, like the one that's going on right now. You often say, I don't know how I know, I just know. And that's because your subconscious mind picks up pattern before your logic does. Now, in the context of the new earth for the half moon, Dolores Cannon said, star seeds and other souls have the ability to sense changes before the society even noticed them. So half moon people are early sensors. You don't stabilize first, you detect first. Now, if you have the half moon and the M mark, you possess both abilities.
Breaking news, apparently the east coast of the US may soon require mandatory blackouts to keep the power grid running. Data centers are pushing the grid to its limit, and everything could break down if power companies don't implement rolling blackouts to limit power usage. So you mean to tell me because of this AI crap that's been shoved down our throats, we might have mandatory blackouts on the east coast? Yeah, that makes perfect sense,
This
bro.
is really weird. Y'all don't see the resemblance of Solomon's temple and Trump's Trump's ballroom that they're building at the White House. For some reason, it's a very uncanny resemblance. I mean, even from like measurements and things like that. Like, I think that is really weird. And if you don't know the lore behind the third temple, follow me. I'm reading from the Bible app Haven. It says that the third temple is a significant topic in Bible prophecy. A lot of people believe that the rebuilding of the temple in Jerusalem is a crucial event that will precede the return of Jesus Christ. Now we got some scripture. 2 Thessalonians, it talks about the Antichrist. This is the person who will exalt himself above God, and he will oppose God. He will sit in the temple of God and show himself to be God. So understand that there has to be a temple in order for the Antichrist to go into the temple and proclaim himself to be God.
Did you know a US senator with top military clearance was denied access to a room that might contain alien bodies? Senator Barry Goldwater, an Air Force Reserve general, tried to enter the Blue Room at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in 1974. Despite his position on the Armed Services Committee, he was turned away immediately. What was inside that room? According to multiple military witnesses, refrigerated alien corpses with oversized heads and gray skin are stored in underground levels beneath the base. Former base commander General Arthur Exon later admitted that debris from the Roswell crash was brought to Wright-Patterson for analysis. The Foreign Technology Division has been reverse engineering materials with impossible properties ever since. Security personnel report strange humming sounds coming from sealed underground areas. Electronic equipment mysteriously malfunctions near certain sections of the facility. The electromagnetic anomalies are so strong that guards avoid those corridors entirely. Today, Wright-Patterson remains the military's primary storage site for unidentified aerospace materials. The security clearance required is higher than nuclear weapons programs. What exactly are they hiding down there?
Yes, we have extraterrestrials here on the planet that are not just living in caverns. They have cities there. They have industry there. They have entertainment there. They have essentially, maybe not like us, but they have essentially a full life there. They're born, they work, and they step out of the picture. And some of them have ridiculous short lives like humans. Others have in-betweens, living 2,000 or 3,000. Others don't stop living.
We are the first species on the face of this earth to be aware of evolution, to be aware that we are affecting our own evolution by everything that we do. The babies we eat, the food we eat, the wars we fight. We are the first species.
Man, when she said that, I was like, what the heck? Like, and it was just so like it's just something you be saying on a regular. It was just natural. It just flowed. Like, how's that even in the vocabulary? Like, I don't even know. Like that's them words is just, that was mind boggling. That was just like, we need to investigate her. Like, we need to investigate, but they probably won't. They don't say she's just an old lady who had a mental lapse. What type of mental lapse was that? Man, but hopefully y'all like the video selections today. You know, I appreciate y'all. Salutations. And please like, comment, subscribe. And I catch y'all maybe Friday or next week.